Creek Football Show, presented by Julian Peeples Funeral Homes. Now, here's your host, Tony Crossen, with head football coach Drew Carter.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Coahulla Creek Football Show. I'm your host, Tony Crossen, and with me this week and every week is Coach Drew Carter. We'd like to thank our sponsor, Julian Peeples Funeral Home. This Friday night, Colts went down to Summerville to take on the Chattooga Indians, and Coach Tough lost. Last second field goal, we went down 17-14. Seemed like it was a game of some tough breaks, some missed opportunities, and definitely some self-inflicting wounds.
Yeah, that's the disappointing part. The stuff we can control, we've got to avoid that. We talked about that after the game with the kids. You know, the pre-snap penalties, we had some drops, some miscues where we had the turnover down in the red zone, had a missed field goal. Those are things that we can control and we've got to improve on. So the message we had after the game was, you know, a game like that's going to hurt. Let it hurt for a few days, but what that's got to do is motivate us next week in practice in our preparation. That way it doesn't happen to us again.
Good opportunity for kids to watch themselves on film and just kind of, you know, look inside yourself to come back better next game and kind of figure out what's going on. You know, it felt like every time that we had a chance to get something rolling, like you said, we'd shoot ourselves in the foot and slow our momentum down, and it just felt like nothing was on our side.
Yeah, you're right about that, and that's part of the process early in the season of us breaking in some inexperienced guys. You know, we've got quite a few juniors and seniors playing in some places, but a lot of those guys haven't played a lot of real critical downs until now. So hopefully we're able to get those mistakes ironed out as we're starting to head into region play next week.
You're definitely able to get some guys some good experience these first 3 games of the season. That means a lot, like you said, going down the stretch. Hopefully that'll pan out for us. All right, Coach, let's go ahead and break down some first half highlights.
All right, we come out, Chattooga takes the opening toss, and they're on offense. Our defense comes out, and we start off with a good strong stop right here. I think they converted but held them to a short gain right there. It's like Kane Guffey in on the tackle. Thought we had a lot of hats around the football all night long. Didn't do a great job of getting them down on that initial contact. We got a lot of guys, just like here on this second play. You see a lot of guys to the football, so we can definitely work with that.
I think we did a good job playing defense, keeping that number 7 corralled. Man, he was a good running back.
Yeah, we knew they had some talented guys, some skilled guys that could do some things that were dangerous and scare you in the open space. You see right here, I believe that's Kobe King breaking up, making it a tough catch. The guy makes a good catch, but then again, we get some guys rallying to the football and keep it to a minimal gain right there.
I think they ran probably a handful of plays. It was either a screen or a handoff to number 7.
Yeah, they threw a lot of different formations at us, which challenged us defensively to make sure we were lined up correctly. We had some mistakes later on in the game as we started to get tired and our focus started to slip where we weren't getting lined up properly. And, you know, those couple of steps, couple of feet here or there, if we're misaligned, can mean a lot. Come back right here, go to 3rd and 2 and get a huge stop right here.
A couple of steps can turn into 10 or 15 yards.
Yep, get this stop here on 3rd down, get a good surge by our defensive line. I think that's Nate Tilley setting the edge and then Karen Bradley shooting the gap right there and cleaning it up. That's a really good job defensively.
You know, coming off a bye week, we come out, look like our legs were fresh, look a little bit step behind every once in a while, but I felt like we started off pretty good.
Yeah. No, I don't really have many complaints about how our defense played. I thought the effort was great. You know, had some missed tackles, but again, that's some stuff that we can get ironed out as these guys get some more playing experience.
Those are things that you can fix.
Chattooga ended up converting on a 4th down right there, I think, and they kind of keep their drive going. Get a stop right here. Notice a lot of hats around the football again. A couple plays later, Chattooga sticks it in the end zone, so the official said that was a tough break for our guys, like you mentioned early on. But, you know, the message we got to tell them is we've got to control what we can control, and that's out of our control. We just got to keep playing and go see if we can rebound right here.
Yeah, that was a tough break.
Yeah, come right here. We got a 3rd and short on the first drive, and this is a big way to convert and get our defensive break and get off the field. Get an 8-yard carry by Karen Bradley. Coming around that right side, got Levi Lowry and Alex Gagne clearing a hole for him right there. Yep. So come back, got a 1st and 10 right here. Get another nice run by Karam around the right side behind Alex Gagne.
Yeah, we started out running the ball well. I mean, 3, 4, 5 yards of carry. We were moving the ball downfield.
Yep, we were able to do it. We ended up getting stopped right there on 4th down, had to punt, flip the field around. I think that was actually the end of the first quarter, too. Kind of a slow-moving first quarter. Chattooga had the ball for so long that very first drive. We only had the one possession, and then here they go again. Get a big stop in the backfield right here to put them behind the sticks right there.
Both teams were running the ball so well that it seems like the first quarter and a half went by in 17 minutes, just like it would.
Yep, it happened quick. Force a 3rd and long right here and get a big sack right here.
It's a great play.
Karam Bradley, Levi Lowry. Who else is that? Is that Tay Brogdon in on it? Big stop right there is what we needed after the score, and then we couldn't get anything going. We come back here and get ourselves into a 3rd and long, get a screen out to Karam Bradley, and gets us in a 4th and manageable right here to give ourselves a chance to convert.
Karam did a good job on both sides of the ball Friday night.
Yeah, we've got to have a lot out of him. He's one of our leaders, and he's just one of those guys that you can't really replace on either side of the ball. He's so valuable for us. We ended up rushing up to the line there on that 4th down. I think we got a penalty, forced us to punt right there. That's one of those you're talking about. You get a 4th and 3, 4th and 4 out towards midfield. You like to have the option to be able to do something, but when we go out there and flinch and get a penalty and force us to kick, and here comes our defense back.
Yeah, anytime that you're off for a week, off for almost 2 weeks with a bye week, your offense, it's got to find itself again. It's hard to get those reps and practice at full speed like you would in the game.
Yeah, and it's the timing stuff like you're talking about.
Timing.
Get a good stop here on 1st down. They flip out a screen, hold them to a minimal game. Anytime you can stop something on the perimeter like this for less than 5 yards, that's a win for you.
It's like we said, bread and butter. Hand it off to number 7, throw a screen out to the side.
Good job right here. Levi Lowry, man, he's so quick off the ball. Those linemen have a tough time handling him. End up converting a 1st down right there. We're still playing tough right here. Hold them to a minimal gain. Got 2nd and long right here. Try to get it around the edge. Man, good job setting the edge right there. Look at all those hats to the ball.
I like that play. Wish they'd have run that one more.
I like the way we played. We looked physical right there. We did a great job setting the edge, and then we string it out to the sideline and let everybody rally to the football.
A lot of hats on the ball.
Yeah. 3rd and long right here. This is a tough play for us. They have some motion. We'd really practiced against this all week because they got a lot of eye candy going on that can really distract you. And we play the screen really well, and Alex Gagne does a good job of getting his hand up and never giving that play a chance to get started.
Yeah, if he catches that ball, that may be a big gain.
Yeah. Big turning point right here for us in the first half. Coach Brewer does an unbelievable job with some of our game plan stuff and the special teams. We work on this every day in pre-practice. The reverse off the punt return.
I'm standing down there in the end zone. I thought Danny was going to hand it off to one of their guys. Yeah, they were right on top of each other.
It was definitely gutsy the way I did it. I was a little nervous with how crowded it was, but that's a great job by both of those guys with the ball handling of the play.
Yeah.
And then really gave us a spark that we needed right here. And this is just the way you want to answer right here. Chase gets a pull read, gets us down in there, 1st and goal. Good job blocking on the perimeter right there. We really did a good job out there blocking. We had some long runs and a couple of screen plays where those guys did a really good job of getting down the field and getting on those corners and safeties and giving us a chance to make big plays even bigger. Get under center in the I formation. I know that's a little bit novel for some people, but you get down there, you got to be able to do that kind of stuff.
I was excited when I saw that. I'll just tell you the truth. That made me excited.
It was a good job by the left side of our offensive line right there. Mark Lopez getting up in the hole and leading the way right there. Karam finishes the run off, and we come out and Levi Coy knocking the extra point through and get a tie ball game right there in the 2nd quarter. That's huge for us. Defense comes back out after a good kick and good coverage on our kickoff team right here. 2nd and long right here. Really good coverage and then good pressure too. You see, threw that ball. It was about 3 yards out of bounds because we had such good pressure and we're in his face.
Good job for your safety rolling over the top.
Yeah,
help make that play. He caught that ball, but he was about 5 yards out of bounds when he did.
Yep, we squeezed him to the sideline. He had nowhere to go. 3rd and long right here. This is huge right here. Get a sack. We got about 4 hats to the ball. Tay Brogdon. Got Levi Lowry back there pursuing. Big play right there to get off the field. That's the sequence of events we're looking for. Go get a score and a quick 3 and out right there. Get our offense right back on the field.
That's right. It felt like we were building some momentum at this point.
Yep. Come back here on offense. Carson Weaver in there giving Karen Bradley a break. He's got a little burst. We talked about that a few weeks ago. He's a little change of pace from Karen.
He is. He did a good job hitting the hole.
Yep. And he's one of those ones that's really just looking for some confidence right now. He needs to feel himself have some success and really believe in what he's doing. You see him tentative sometimes, just trying to protect the ball rather than go out there and make plays.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that didn't get on the field much last year, but you really need him this year, depending on him to make some plays.
Yep, and that's kind of the nature of being a junior. You're transitioning from being a JV guy to being a key contributor on Friday nights. Come back here and follow that run up with another one. Chase with a nice pull read. Gosh, I don't know what happened on the edge. I wish we'd have taken this one and scored right there. He's trying to set up his block, and I think he overthought it.
He's trying to do a little step aside there.
Yeah,
slowed him down a little bit. It's a great read.
Yeah. He does such a good job on all of our read stuff. We keep adding little wrinkles each week because he's so good at it, and I think that kind of keeps him in the flow of the game.
Well, when you're running the ball well like we were doing and getting 4 or 5 yards of carry, that stuff opens up itself.
Yep. And the quarterback run adds an element to your run game. Here's a nice throw and catch to Mark Solis. Like to see him not put his knee down right here. He does a good job on the route, finding a soft spot over the middle. You don't put that knee down, you got a chance to make some yards after the catch. We preach that with our quarterbacks and our receivers so much. Go make plays after the catch.
Right. It's a good route.
Yep. I think we end up a couple plays later failing in the red zone right there, so that was a big letdown. We alluded to that. We got down there a few times and came away with no points, so that's a huge letdown for our offense. We moved the ball down there and then couldn't make anything happen. So Chattooga's back on offense here, trying to make something happen before half, and we do a good job on defense snuffing them out. Get another sack right there. I think that's Tay Brogdon and Jackson Lowry in on the sack there. And get one more. Got him in the 3rd and really long right here. Get big pressure from a couple of guys, and then he throws it out of bounds.
Get a grounding call there.
Yeah, pins him way back deep and gave us an opportunity for some good field position. I think we had about a minute and a half left in the half right here.
It's going to give us an opportunity to put the ball in the end zone before halftime.
We can't ask for any more out of our defense right there. Give us a chance right there. Come back, we miss on a deep ball right before the halftime, and then had a drop on 3rd down that hurt us. We end up having to punt the ball away and close out the first half.
All right, that's going to do it for our first half highlights. When we come back from the break, we'll have our senior spotlight this week. We'll focus on number 11, Chase Ward, and number 13, Keith Collins.
This is your Alpha Insurance Player of the Week. This week's Player of the Week, Keith Collins. Collins tacked on to his season-leading total of tackles with 5 against the Chattooga Indians, but it wasn't just on defense where Collins made his impact. Collins had one of the key plays in the game with this huge punt return reverse that set the Colts up in the red zone, and they would later score.
4th and 5 from the 19-yard line. 3:58 remaining. Ward back to pass. Ward looking, throws out. It's caught by Tilly. Tilly gets out of it. Tilly's in the end zone. Touchdown, Colts! Oh, baby. What a play by Nate Tilly.
Absolutely. That was a perfectly thrown ball. Went right into the arms of Nate, and he was able to make a move and scamper right into the end zone there.
Junior's Building Materials, the Tri-State's headquarters with building products for builders, contractors, remodeling projects, and do-it-yourselfers. Junior's is the largest dealer stocking Trex Decking, the world's #1 composite decking brand. Trex isn't just boards and balusters, but a new way to live outdoor and virtually maintenance-free. For all your building or remodeling needs, shop Junior's Building Materials.
Junior's Building Materials. We always come through for you. Whether you're looking for a taste of classic seasonal sweetness or need to satisfy your candy cravings, DQ has something for every fan this season. So hurry into DQ on Cleveland Highway today and see what else is in store for fans all season long.
Now for this week's Senior Spotlight.
I'm Chase Ward, senior, number 11, and I play quarterback for the Coahulla Creek Colts. Definitely the 3 overtime win against Northwest my sophomore year. I don't know, my dad always asked me to when I was little, so I've always played since I was 4 or 5 years old. It was definitely mini camp junior year. So we were in like pass scale or something, and someone launched a ball and it hit Coach Carter right in the back of the head, and it was like 7:30 in the morning, and he made us run hills like for 30 minutes, and yeah, it was definitely the funniest thing. We can always joke around, but when it's time to play, we're all ready and locked in. Basketball and fishing with teammates. Definitely my dad. It don't matter how good I do, he's always going to tell me what I did wrong, and he just always pushes me to be the best I can. If I don't go play, then I'm going to do lineman school.
My name's Keith Collins. I play safety and receiver, and I'm a senior. Whenever we played Northwest my sophomore year, that was my first year playing, and we beat them in 3 overtimes, so that was definitely my favorite. My freshman year, I was put in the football weight training class, and Coach E asked me to play every day, and Coach Wilson, and just gave in. Probably in weight training, Coach E made Jesus count in Spanish. It was pretty funny. We're super loyal to each other, and we ain't really got no fakes, so cool. Always lean on one another. I play basketball and baseball. I like to hunt and fish. Probably my dad. He always pushes me to get better, but he can tell me he's proud of me whenever it's needed. Just to get better every day and not be pleased. I want to be a contractor.
We are the Coahulla Career Leaders, and you are watching the Coahulla Creek Football Show. Woo!
Welcome back to the Coahulla Creek Football Show, presented by Julian Peeples Funeral Home. At this time, we're going to go ahead and jump into some second half highlights, where game tied at 7-7, and the Colts are going to receive the ball to start the second half.
All right, we'll come out and receive the opening kickoff here to start the second half. You know, our punt return was really good all night. I felt like our kickoff return was too when we had opportunities. We got the ball out past the 30. Seemed like every time we had to receive a kickoff, Keith does a good job hitting it, and I thought we blocked it up pretty well.
Yeah, it seems like we always started with great field position.
Yeah.
We did a great job punt returns and kickoff returns last night. Those guys have done a wonderful job this year.
Absolutely, and that's just a credit to what we're doing, the work we're putting in practice. As I mentioned, Coach Brewer does a good job of game planning that stuff, and we make sure we carve out time in the schedule to make sure that stuff's emphasized, because that can be the difference in a game.
Yeah, exactly. You know, we've talked about it before already, how many yards that we've saved by receiving punts this year, fair catches, for field position purposes.
Here's a big run to start the second half right here with Karen Bradley. This is one of these unfortunate breaks that I feel like you can't control. You got Nate Tilley giving great effort downfield. I feel like he's really wearing that guy out and kind of takes it to him, but the call doesn't go our way. Still with the first down, but it cost us about 15 yards towards the end of the run.
I'm still really not sure where that laundry came from.
Yeah. Sometimes when guys are getting whipped downfield, sometimes they say it's a hold regardless. But here we are. We got 3rd and manageable right here, handed off to Karen Bradley. It gets about a 6 or 7 yard gain and puts us into a 4th and short right here.
Bulldozing his way through the defense.
Get on the ball quick and sneak it. Chase does a nice job of being an actor right there and kind of lulling the defense to sleep.
It's about a 12-yard quarterback sneak, I think.
Yeah, good job right there. We caught them off guard. We practice that every day during team period where we just get on the ball and go, and it showed up right there. I think we ended up doing that 2 or 3 times to convert some 4th downs. So we're back here. Get a little sprint out right here. We hit Keith Collins on the curl route. Nice gain right there for a 1st down.
Yeah, at times we had some great timing. Plays looked fresh and crisp, and a lot of times, you don't have the time to throw the ball or something breaks down. And
we knew that we were going to see that. They're a pressure defense. They're trying to cause a lot of chaos, so it's filling that stuff out. And that's one of the reasons I feel like some of our quick hit and runs were working so well, because we're able to get by that initial line of them being disruptive up front. Just like this right here, we get a quick handoff inside to Karen Bradley, and he ends up bouncing it outside. Jesus Vieira right there gets a nice seal block on the edge. Didn't get much of it, but got just enough. And then we're downfield for a 3rd and short right there, and then end up missing the field goal right there. And that really hurt us.
Plenty of leg on it, just kind of hit the upright and fell off.
Yeah. Levi's leg had been a little bit sore, and had a sore groin. I was a little bit worried. Like you said, he had plenty of leg, just pulled it to the left just a little bit. But we come back out here, and our defense has got to respond right here and see if they can get a stop for us. That's a tough way to start the second half. But they get them into a 3rd and short right here. And this is kind of the toughness we've been hoping for out of our team right here.
You get in these situations where you've had that long drive and missed a field goal. You got to find a way to stay up and make a play, and that's what we did.
They do exactly that right there, yep. Get the ball back, had another decent punt return right there, get the ball out towards midfield, and start us another drive rolling right here.
Yeah, the problem wasn't moving the ball last night, it was finishing the drill.
Yep, I think we were talking about that on the bus last night on the way home, the coaches and me. I feel like you got 14, maybe 17 points that we lost right there, not being able to convert down in the red zone. There we go. We just talked about it. We got a 3rd and short. We get up on the ball quick. Get the sneak. You guys keep pushing, and Chase pops out the other side somehow.
Yeah, it's a good unfair advantage.
Got to get the rugby scrum going on there, but we'll take it in that situation. So we convert on a 1st down right there, keep the drive rolling. Chase ended up getting a cramp right there, and we had to bring in Waylon Beliles, our freshman. And anytime you got to do that and you're a 9th grader, I understand that. You're trying not to panic, but he does a good job going in here and managing a couple of plays, and nothing disastrous happens. That's all you can ask for when you get the young guy in there like that.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how many reps you take in practice. It's different when you're out there in a game situation.
You are 100% right. There's Carson Weaver coming around that right side there, doing a good job. Give it to him again on the left side here.
Carson does a great job of yards after the first contact he gets. He
keeps his feet moving. He's kind of slippery. He's not a big, powerful guy. He's just hard to get that solid hit on. You see right here, kind of moves his hips, spins off, and gets a nice gain right there. We'll be in a 3rd and short right here. And again, we get down in the red zone, get a fumble right there, and turn it over. Just stuff that we can't overcome. I mean, again, an opportunity where we could have had points, and the miscue really cost us.
Yeah, 2 great drives to start the second half just end up costly.
Yeah, so the defense is back out, and they got to answer again. Hold them to a short gain right here on 2nd down. I'd like to see those gains being negative plays rather than that we get drugged forward for a yard. That stuff is so pivotal right there.
Still flying to the ball on defense, still doing a good job wrapping people up. I felt like we did a great job last night from the last game of wrapping people up and finishing a tackle for the most part.
Yeah, and that's what happens when you got great effort and you got a lot of guys to the football. They're putting a drive together right here, but we're trying to make it tough on them. Do a great job stringing this out. That's Tyler Douglas and Chris Ewert right there. That's a tough play in the open field, but you get guys to the football, and you got a chance to get him on the ground right there, and good things will happen.
He did a good job turning him inside and somebody coming along to help him.
Yep, that's the pursuit we've been talking about. They end up getting it in the end zone right there. Kind of had a busted coverage on the corner right there, and they dumped one over our head. But again, we got an answer right here, so let's see what we can put together. Get a nice kickoff return right here. Again, good job by the right side of our return team, and Keith hits it full speed and gets us out past the 30-yard line.
It was the first game played on their field also, and it seemed like at times it felt a little slippery to the guys. It felt like people were slipping around a little bit.
Yeah, we got all these new turfs up here, and every single one of them feel just a little bit different. They play just a little bit different. So we try to make sure that we're doing as much full speed in pregame as we can. That way we're used to how we move and change directions on it.
Right.
Chase does a good job pulling the ball right there and getting us a few yards. We ended up having to punt on that series. I think we had a penalty that stalled us out.
Great job making a play right here by Mark.
Yeah, we
got
got
off that block and making a tackle.
Yeah, we got to have more of that where we're first man's getting them down right there. That is a really good job. Negative play right there. Defense still out there, making them earn some tough yards right there.
Yeah, I think what you said earlier, they changed their formations around, and when they ran that play a couple of times, you got to count on that one guy to be able to make a play, or at least hold them up until the next guy gets there.
Yeah, that's the nature of offenses now. They make people tackle in space, and it's not easy to do. Putting together a nice drive here. Defense is trying to bow their backs a little bit.
Get a fumble right here.
Make a huge play right there. Get into the backfield and disrupt the exchange, and I think that's Jackson Lowry that comes up with the fumble recovery. Give our offense some momentum and a chance to go out and get this thing tied up. This is a great way to start a drive right here. Chase, again, does a good job with the read. His ball handling skills back there are so good. Get about a 30-yard gain on that to start a drive.
Great read again.
Yeah.
Seemed like he found some luck going to that side on his plays where he would pull it and go.
Well,
some good blocking out there on the outside.
Yeah,
also.
we arc our left tackle out to the outside there, and Chevy Joyce is athletic of a lineman as we've had, so he can block people on the line of scrimmage and he can block people in space, so that helps spring that a lot. Come back, end up in a fourth down scenario right here, and you got to go to one of your proven guys right there. Nate Tilley does a great job making a play for us, good route right there, and then we get the yards after the catch for the touchdown right there.
Great play, great timing. I think at this point in time, it was 4th and 5. We didn't have any timeouts left, and there's, about 3.5 minutes left in the game.
Yeah. Knocked the extra point through. Tie ball game right there. We're giving ourselves a chance, and we got some new life, so that's big.
Still, the defense came out on their possession, did a great job getting the ball back again.
Yeah, gave us a chance. We had a couple opportunities there to make some plays down the field, and we had a misfire, guy not make a play. You feel like we would have had an opportunity in the 2-minute right there if we make a couple plays and get ourselves going. Big stop right here with our defense. Got them in a 3rd down.
3rd and about 5, and they're trying to run their quarterback sweep up there to the right side.
Get them for a loss right there. Nate Tilley turns them back in, and then you got the cavalry coming from the inside. We get the stop with our defense there, and then we already talked about had a couple of misfires and couldn't get anything going in the 2-minute scenario, and then Chattooga was able to, they still had their timeouts there and was able to get down in field goal range, had a couple of missed tackles. But, that's the learning experience.
That's about the only time our defense broke down all night was on that last drive of the game. We gave up a few big runs, and they ended up getting themselves in position to kick that field goal.
Yeah, they hit the screen a couple of times and had a couple of missed tackles there for some big plays. But as we said at the beginning of the show, hopefully we can learn from that. What's our preparation got to be, and what does making those plays look like for our guys?
All right, when we come back from the break, we're going to have our coach's spotlight with our co-defensive coordinator, Justin Dover.
These are your Hardin Insurance Offensive and Defensive Players of the Week. This week's Offensive Player of the Week, Alex Gagne. The senior right tackle helped anchor the offensive line, who had a big night on the ground. The Colts were very successful running behind the right side of the offensive line, picking up multiple big plays throughout the night. This week's Defensive Player of the Week, Jackson Lowry. The sophomore nose tackle has continued his strong campaign. Lowry totaled 3 tackles in the game, including a tackle for loss and a pivotal fourth quarter fumble recovery that allowed the Colts to go down the field and tie the game up in the fourth quarter.
Nature never repeats itself, and neither does Mohawk's Techwood hardwood flooring. Techwood is unique and one of a kind. Your floor should be long-lasting and beautiful, like the relationships you create at home. Choose Techwood for a stunning, natural hardwood floor for everyday performance. More moments are made on Mohawk.
Your roof is the most critical part of your home, especially in the heat of the summer. That's why OC Roofing Systems is offering free roof inspections all summer long. Families in Ellijay have trusted OC Roofing Systems time and time again for our award-winning service and countless 5-star reviews. Protect your roof this summer. Visit ocroofingsystems.com today and schedule your free roof inspection.
Now for this week's Coach's Spotlight.
And my name's Justin Dover. I'm the co-defensive coordinator and safeties coach here at Coahulla Creek. I grew up around sports. My dad was a assistant director at the recreation department here in Georgia, where I grew up, and so I've always been around sports. So I knew playing sports all through high school and in college that there was no way I could do anything other than do something with sports. So that's where I got into coaching. I think the biggest difference, in my opinion, would be just the amount of how the game is spread out from sideline to sideline. Whereas it used to be played in a box more so than it is now. And just for me, I think that would be the biggest difference. I think for me, what I try to do is be an X and O guy during practice and leading up to games. And then during the games, the kids just got to go play. If you try to X and O it then, it's my opinion, they think too much. So I'm more of a energy motivator guy during game days, but during practices, it's X and O's. Obviously couldn't do it without the support of my wife and my kids allowing me to do it. I just love sports, love the game, love seeing the kids grow and mature, and then reach their individual goals and our team goals that we set, no matter which sport it is. But just seeing that continued growth out of the kids. I don't know if I've ever been part of a school and a staff, coaching staff, that everybody gets along as well as we do. Now there are times we may disagree on things, but we're a very close-knit group. We all get along, whether that be, we do things outside of football to create some relationships, but the coaches really get along well and work together. Well, I'm also the head baseball coach, but if I'm not doing baseball or football, I'd like to say I'm a good golfer, but I love to play the game. How about that? So yeah, I love to play golf. If I had any more time, that's definitely where I would be. If I'm not coaching baseball or football, I'm on the golf course. So for baseball in 2017, we made it to the Final Four of the playoffs. That was very exciting. The first time I had been that far in the playoffs, either as a player or a coach. So it's just the atmosphere change and seeing the kids and how they enjoyed it and how much I enjoyed coaching in that kind of atmosphere. That would be my best moment baseball-wise. Football-wise was obviously last year with a couple of things. One's come to mind. Obviously, the first one's making the playoffs for the first time in school history. That was a neat thing to be a part of, to see the growth of that senior class that came in as freshmen, who a lot of them played as freshmen and grew up and were able to kind of put all that hard work into into a success and making the playoffs. And then 2 years ago, beating Northwest, that was a big step for us as a program, as a school, and it really kind of got the ball rolling for everything that's came since then.
All right, at this time, we're going to jump into some X's and O's and dive into the playbook with Coach Carter and our Colts coach breakdown.
We're going to jump in with some second quarter action right here on the defensive side of the ball. Chattooga trying to put a drive together, and we got them in second and long. We had a good tendency on them when they had this trips formation right here, some of their drop back stuff. And we do a good job. Our defensive line's going to stem and move right before the snap, and you can tell it causes a little bit of confusion with the protection right there. And we end up having our two blitzers come in right here. I believe it's Karen Bradley and Tay Brogdon as they come. So as we move forward right here, you'll see our defensive line's going to shift right at the last second. And we do a good job of timing our two blitzers up, one off the edge, one through the B gap. And we break free right there with three guys and get a big sack and force them into a 3rd and long right there. And I think that sets up our big punt return going down the field where we get our first score of the game. So huge play right here, huge momentum shifter, and that was a huge moment in the first half for us.
All right, looking ahead to our game this coming week, Coach, the Colts are going to travel up to Ridgeland High School, face the Panthers. At this time, they're 0-3, looking for their first win, and again, we're looking to get back in the win column. What do you see as our keys to victory this week?
Well, we got to be able to bounce back and fix some of those mistakes that we alluded to early in the show, the stuff that we can control. So that's a big deal. And then when you look at them, they're going to be hungry, trying to get that first win. So we've got to be able to respond to their energy level that they're probably going to come out with. So that'll be a big message this week as we go through practice. So, a combination of those two things are going to be big. I mean, you always got to take care of the football and then fix those penalties. So I think if we can manage those things and then just make a few more plays when we get those opportunities to, that's going to be big going forward.
Historically, regardless of the record and the talent they have, Ridgeland always has a physical team, and they've always got some guys that are athletes that can get the ball in space and do something.
Yeah, they bring quite a few guys back from last year. New coaching staff for them last year. And I think they were pretty junior heavy, so they've got some experienced guys coming back. And like we said, they're kind of hungry for that first win, so that's a good motivation for them.
All right, that's going to wrap it up for our show this week. We'd like to thank everybody for joining us. Remember, you can find us each Tuesday night on our YouTube page. This week, we're going to travel to Ridgeland to face the Panthers. Look forward to seeing everybody out there. Have a great week, and go Colts.